are now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen.
Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Smackwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
7C Street G's navigated with ease. Salutations to all my good people. Google Gang. Hey, I've heard about this experiment that was run on our people. You know, we try to diversify here in the Black Box. We touch on a wide range of things. This should be some nuggets of knowledge for us. Oh, my mama. With no further ado, let's see what these evil folks have been up to.
Hey guys, tonight we slip into the shadows of 1932 Alabama, where the air hangs heavy with summer heat and the hum of cicadas. You're standing on a dusty road in Macon County, watching a group of black men, farmers, sharecroppers, fathers, line up outside a makeshift clinic. They are promised free medical care, a rare lifeline in a place where poverty bites hard. But here's the gut punch. You're about to learn these men are pawns in a 40-year experiment so twisted, you probably won't survive this story without a shiver. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your location and local time in the comments. I'm curious where you're listening from tonight. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You're still on that road, the sun baking your skin, as you watch these men shuffle forward, hopeful but wary. It's the Great Depression, and trust in doctors isn't exactly universal, especially for African Americans in the segregated South. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment, officially called the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, kicks off here, run by the U.S. Public Health Service. They are targeting 600 black men, 399 with syphilis, 201 without, as a control group.
Imagine out of that. Same government, y'all. Same government. This was not that long ago at all, about 100 years.
The pitch: free checkups, meals, even burial insurance. The catch, nobody mentions this, but you see it coming, is they are never told they have syphilis, and they'll never get treated. The goal is to watch the disease ravage their bodies over decades, like some grim science fair project. You follow one man, let's call him James, into the clinic. He's in his 30s, wiry from years in the fields, with a laugh that cuts through the tension. The nurse, all crisp white uniform, smiles as she pricks his arm for a blood test. She calls it bad blood, a vague term folks around here use for anything from fatigue to serious illness. James nods, relieved to get care, maybe even a hot meal after.
Man, it's just impact. He said you're not going to be able to get through this without chills. I just got him. Just noticing how cruel it is to play on the naivety, the ignorance, the vulnerability, the gullibleness, and the trust of these people. They're in a place they think they're getting help and they actually being harmed. That's deep. America, America, America.
You want to yell, run, man. But you're just a ghost here, watching history unfold. The doctors, in their starched coats, jot notes, their faces unreadable. They know the truth. Syphilis, untreated, can chew through organs, nerves, even sanity. But they are betting these men won't live long enough to figure it out, or that nobody will care if they do. Here's a mainstream fact to anchor you. The study was launched with federal funding, backed by respected institutions like the Tuskegee Institute, a black college roped into lending credibility. The irony stings. doesn't it? A place built to uplift black lives unknowingly helps cloak this betrayal. Now, for a quirky tidbit, some early researchers genuinely thought they were doing good science by studying a disease they claimed affected black bodies differently. It's a flimsy excuse.
I'm glad he said flimsy excuse because I was just finna say cap.
Steeped in the era's racism, but they leaned into it like it was gospel.
They used to also have our mothers give birth with no anesthesia when it was available, saying that we could tolerate more pain because of what type of species of individuals we were.
Historians still argue whether the study's architects were more callous or clueless. Did they know how bad this would get, or were they just blindly loyal to their hypothesis?
They knew.
You linger in the clinic, catching the smell of antiseptic and sweat. The men chat about crops, church, the occasional radio broadcast crackling through town. They don't know they are being sorted like lab rats, their lives reduced to data points. The doctors promise follow-ups, maybe some special shots down the line. You smirk. Those shots are just vitamins or placebos, a cruel pantomime of care.
That's why we do best to try to stick to the most natural remedies we can today. Before you have to take something a doctor give you, try to research everything natural available. I know I don't want to tell you to be anti your doctor, but there's a lot of information available outside of what the doctor provides when it comes to medication. So just, tap into all herbal remedies as well. Rest in peace, Dr. Sabi.
It's like giving a starving man a napkin and calling it dinner. As James leaves, clutching a slip for his next visit, you feel the weight of what's coming, years of lies, pain, and a slow unraveling of trust. The cicadas scream louder as the sun dips, and you're left wondering how this secret stays buried for so long. You're back in Macon County, the air thick with the scent of pine and red clay. It's a few months into 1932, and you're trailing James again, the farmer with the easy laugh. He's trudging to another clinic visit.
1932, that ain't even 100 years ago. So they started it about 100 years ago, but it was actually going on less than 100 years ago, 60 years, because they said it was a 40-year thing. It's crazy. There are people way over 60 years old alive today that probably participated on the good and the bad side of this. No. They'd probably all be them passed on. My bad.
His boots kicking up dust on a path worn by hope and habit. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment is in full swing now, and you're about to see how the Public Health Service keeps 600 men like James hooked on a lie for decades. It's a masterclass in manipulation, and you're stuck watching it unfold, like a slow-motion train wreck you can't unsee. Each visit feels like a ritual. You stand in the clinic's waiting room, where the walls are peeling and the air smells of stale coffee. Nurses, with practiced smiles, hand out aspirin or iron tonics, calling them treatments for bad blood. James swallows the pills, maybe joking about how they'll make him strong enough to wrestle a mule. You roll your eyes. Those pills do nothing for the syphilis eating away inside him. The doctors, scribbling in their notebooks, track symptoms like detectives, but they are not solving a crime, they are committing one. They measure fevers, rashes, even heart murmurs, all while withholding penicillin, which, by the 1940s, becomes the gold standard cure. It's like watching someone bleed out while the doctor polishes their stethoscope. Here's a mainstream fact. By the mid-1940s, penicillin was widely available, saving lives from syphilis and other infections, yet the Tuskegee researchers deliberately kept it from these men. They argued treatment would interfere with their data. Data over lives. Charming, right? For a quirky tidbit, some participants got certificates of appreciation for their service to science, handed out like gold stars at a twisted school assembly. Historians still argue whether the men's trust in authority, or their lack of options, kept them coming back. Was it faith in the system, or just survival in a world that offered them nothing else? You watch James at a community meeting, where a nurse in a crisp cap spins tales of government care. She promises free rides to the clinic, hot lunches, even help with burial costs if things go south. You mutter under your breath, burial costs. That's their endgame. The men nod, grateful, their wives and kids sometimes tagging along for the free food. It's a grim picnic vibe, fried chicken and lies. The researchers lean on local black leaders, like pastors or Tuskegee Institute staff, to sell the study's legitimacy. You can't help but smirk at the irony. A black college, a beacon of progress, unwittingly helps keep the men in the dark. It's like hiring a lighthouse keeper to steer ships into the rocks. The years tick by, and you notice James slowing down. His joints ache, his vision blurs, but he chalks it up to age or hard work.
That's so fucked up, y'all. That's crazy. But we can trust him now. This type of shit is all over with. We know all about it. It's all exposed, and everything is good.
The doctors don't correct him. They just jot more notes. You want to grab his shoulders and spill the truth, but you're just a shadow here. The study's secrecy thrives on isolation. Most men can't read the fine print, and there's no internet to Google syphilis symptoms. Local doctors, even if suspicious, are often looped in or pressured to stay quiet. You catch a nurse slipping a man a placebo shot, her face blank as she says, "This'll fix you right up." It's a lie so smooth it could sell sand in a desert. By the 1950s, some men drop out, moving away or dying, but the study churns on. The researchers track them like lost sheep, sending letters or even nurses to their homes to coax them back. You see James get one of those letters, his name typed neatly, promising another checkup. He folds it, tucks it in his pocket, and heads out, still believing he's getting help. You sigh. Hope is a heck of a drug. The cicadas hum again, a constant drone, as you realize this deception is built to last, a machine oiled by trust and greased with lies.
Dirty dogs.
You're still in Macon County. The cicadas now a faint hum as the 1960s dawn. The air carries a whiff of diesel from passing trucks, and you're shadowing James again, his steps heavier, his laugh rarer. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment has been grinding on for decades, and you're about to see the cracks forming, moments when the truth claws its way out, only to be buried again, until a whistleblower finally blows the lid off. It's like watching a pot simmer too long, ready to boil over, and you're stuck holding your breath, waiting for the spill. You follow James to another clinic visit, his face lined with pain he doesn't understand. The nurses, still smiling, hand him more useless tonics, while doctors nod.
It's crazy how they doing this story, but showing non-black patients. I guess if the patients are actually black, the impact will really hit you too hard. That's crazy.
Sagely, their clipboards thick with notes on his deteriorating health. Syphilis is no joke, untreated. It's gnawing at his heart, nerves, maybe even his mind. You wince, knowing some men are going blind, others losing their grip on reality.
Same way they could do a Jesus story. Tell you the same exact story and just show you a different image of a person. Now you feeling sympathy for the people you see in the story instead of the people it actually happened to. That's crazy.
All while the Public Health Service watches like it's a nature documentary. The study's secrecy holds tight, but whispers are starting to leak. A few doctors outside the project raise eyebrows, questioning why these men aren't getting penicillin, now a common fix. You mutter, about time someone noticed, but the researchers dodge, claiming their work is too important to stop. Here's a mainstream fact. In 1969, a Public Health Service committee reviewed the study and, brace yourself, decided to keep it going, despite knowing penicillin could save lives. They doubled down, prioritizing data over decency. For a quirky tidbit, some participants were given spinal taps, not for treatment, but to study the disease's spread to the nervous system. These painful procedures were sold as special exams, with no anesthesia.
Wow, my people, my poor people, man. Look how they do us, did us, have done us. It's crazy.
Like a medieval dentist pulling teeth for fun. Historians still argue whether the study's leaders were blinded by ambition or just numb to the human cost. Did they see these men as patients or just numbers? You're at a diner now, overhearing a young nurse, new to the project, gossip with a friend. She's uneasy, mentioning how the men keep coming back, sicker each time, and nobody's curing them. You lean in, hoping she'll dig deeper, but her friend shrugs, saying, "That's above our pay grade." The moment fizzles, and you kick the dirt in frustration. The study's built like a fortress. Local leaders, black and white, are either complicit or clueless, and the men's poverty keeps them tethered to the free meals and promises. It's like a trap baited with hope, and you're itching for someone to spring it. Then,
See how he tried to slip it in there that some black people was complicit in this? I ain't buying it. I don't believe it. Maybe so, but it is irrelevant. They was in a, it don't matter. This is disgusting. When you know the way the population worked, you probably could have got 600 people to volunteer for the right amount of money. Probably not necessarily black people. This is crazy, man. Or why were all the subjects black? Why didn't they use a whole wide array of different racial backgrounds? It just show their evil intent toward us.
in 1972, the dam breaks. You're in a smoky newsroom, watching a journalist, Jean Heller, type furiously. She's got a tip from Peter Buxton, a public health service worker who's been leaking concerns for years. Buxton's no Cape crusader, just a guy who couldn't stomach the lies anymore. Heller's story hits the Associated Press, and you feel the shockwave. Headlines scream about a government study letting black men die untreated. The public's outraged, and you're cheering, but it's bittersweet. James and others have suffered for 40 years, some already gone, their families clueless about why. Congress holds hearings, and you watch stuffed shirt officials squirm, dodging questions like kids caught stealing cookies. The study shuts down, but the damage is done, hundreds of lives wrecked, trust in medicine shattered. You glance back at James, now frail, sitting on his porch. He's heard the news, but it's too late for him. The betrayal sinks in, heavy as the Alabama heat. You want to sit beside him, offer some comfort, but you're just a ghost here, watching the truth finally burn through the lies. The cicadas hum softer now, as if mourning what's been lost. You're standing on that same dusty Macon County road, but it's 1973 now, and the cicadas are quieter, as if the land itself is holding its breath. The Tuskegee syphilis experiment is over, exposed by Jean Heller's article and Peter Buxton's whistleblowing. You're still with James, his frame gaunt, his eyes carrying a weight no one should bear. The truth is out, but the scars run deep, and you're about to walk through the aftermath, how this betrayal ripples through families, communities, and even medicine itself.
So the people affected by this don't deserve no type of reparation either. The direct 600 and their direct families that were directly affected by this, there's no way to even consider that they may deserve some form of reparation either, huh? This is crazy work.
It's like picking up the pieces after a storm, except the damage isn't just broken roofs. It's broken trust, broken bodies, and a wound that still festers today. You sit with James on his porch, the wood creaking under his slight weight. He's heard the news, how the government lied, how his bad blood was syphilis, how they let it ravage him for science. His laugh, once bright, is gone, replaced by a bitter silence. You want to say something, but what do you tell a man who's been betrayed by the very system promising to help? Families across Macon County are reeling, wives infected, children born with congenital syphilis, all because the public health service played God. By the study's end, at least 28 men died directly from syphilis, and 100 more from related complications. You shake your head. Numbers don't capture the slow theft of lives.
And I think them numbers are underreported. It probably was way more than this.
Here's a mainstream fact. In 1973, the government settled a class action lawsuit for $10 million, split among survivors and families.
Man, that's chump change. Man, that was some bullshit. That was weak. Wow, what the? Wow.
With lifelong medical care promised. It's something, but you can't help scoffing. Can money buy back trust or health? For a quirky tidbit, the settlement included a bizarre perk, free burial services, a grim callback to the study's early incentive. Historians still argue whether the payout was justice or just a band-aid on a gaping wound. Did it hold anyone accountable, or just quiet the outrage? You lean toward the latter, muttering, 10 million for 40 years of lies. That's a clearance sale on dignity. You walk through town, passing churches where folks gather, not just for prayer but to process the betrayal. The study's fallout sparks distrust in medicine, especially among black communities. Vaccination rates drop, doctor visits dwindle. You overhear a woman at the market say, if they did Tuskegee, what's stopping them now? It's a
Exactly, and you wonder why Flatum 22 when you was up there, your people, and they're talking about that GNAB and why we was hesitant. If you need any more information or education, there are other reasons as well, but this should slap you in the face, Grand Wizard.
fair question, and you feel the chill of its logic. The government issues apologies. President Clinton's in 1997 is the big one, calling the study shameful. But words don't undo decades of harm. You smike, thinking apologies are like handing out umbrellas after a hurricane. The Tuskegee Institute, once a reluctant partner, grapples with its role, its legacy tangled in the mess. You drift to a modern hospital, decades later, where the echoes linger.
How do you classify or consider them as a reluctant partner? How do you gather that they were reluctant? They seem resilient in participating from my perspective, POV.
Medical ethics now demand informed consent, a direct response to Tuskegee's sins. But you notice hesitancy in some patients' eyes, older folks, especially, who carry stories of bad blood like a family curse. Researchers still cite Tuskegee in debates over clinical trials, and you nod, knowing it's a cautionary tale etched in stone. Yet, the distrust persists, a ghost that haunts every needle, every prescription. You think of James, long gone now, and wonder if he'd feel vindicated or just exhausted. As the sun sets, you linger on that Alabama road, the air cooler, the stars peeking through. The cicadas are soft now, a gentle hum that soothes rather than stings. You take a slow breath, letting the weight of this story settle. The men of Tuskegee deserved better, lives unlived, love unshared, all stolen by a study that saw them as data, not dads, sons, or brothers. You close your eyes, picturing James at peace, maybe laughing again under a kinder sky. The world's a little...
That ain't James. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Trying to, the most saddest, serious parts, not show one of us. I mean, that's crazy.
quieter now, and so are you, as the story fades into a whisper. Let it carry you to sleep, knowing truth, however painful, is a light that burns through even the darkest lies. You're back on that quiet road, the Alabama night wrapping around you like a soft blanket. The cicadas have hushed, leaving only a faint breeze rustling the pines. You feel the weight of James's story, of all the men, settling into a distant ache, not forgotten but resting now. The stars above twinkle gently, each a small promise that truth, once uncovered, can't be buried again. You breathe slower, letting the anger and sorrow slip away, like leaves on a calm stream. The world has learned, grown, maybe not enough, but enough to hope. Picture those men, their faces soft in sleep, free from pain, held by time's gentle embrace. You're safe here, under the same vast sky, where history whispers its lessons, and dreams wait to carry you forward. Sleep now, deeply, and let the night hold you close.
We read between the lines. We read between the lines. We read between
On
the
the set,
lines.
could've swore I had covered my bases. Ended up in court, had to fight a couple of cases. Crackers don't care when you come in them places. It be written on their faces. Them motherfuckers is racist. Fuck trial, shit tricky, give me the deal. I ain't never seen a real killer beat a pill. Shooter got a brighter future if he got a date. Behind the gate, lot of politics to tolerate. Sitting in the car, finna split a cigar. To my niggas on the yard, send my biggest regards. You don't wanna run it back, we already ran it. You man, the fat on his back, cause I'm heavy-handed. On the catching of the fade, we can follow up. But I ain't waiting all day, niggas squabble up. Gang of anger, got it all bottled up. Gang bangers, whole world follow us. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Niggas clowns need to be in the circus, putting these buzzers on the turf, they defeating the purpose. The first to return when the enemy serves immediately on ease. These weenies be nerve dedicated to a section that didn't deserve us. It turned us into murderers and then the deserters. Number one lesson I learned in the pen: when you lose your respect, you can't earn it again. Smoke a lot, classified most faded. The low gon' be satisfied to all his folks made it. This Cabbage Patch where he caught most of the damage at. Perhaps he know a magic plastic surgeon that can manage that. Ask me, I'm just a product of my habitat. Narcotic habits where they quick to let you have it at. Big homie talking about he need half of that. I'm laughing at him as if my little bastard's having that. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines. Evil times you believe, can you see the sign? Tell me who gon' lead the blind, why they lead the blind? Am I wrong, cause I'm all about me and mine? Niggas better catch on, read between the lines.
Snake Wood and that Puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the? Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Wood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, cuz. Nate Wood, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!
Before you get up out of here, that video right there on your screen, that's one you're gonna love that I'm sure you ain't seen. Go ahead and click it. You ain't gotta stop. On my mama. Jeter.